Hi there, I'm Diane Evans from stampinwithdiane.com, and I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator. Now, if this is your first time coming to my YouTube channel, make sure that you do subscribe and hit the button down below, and you will get notified every time that I upload a new video. So today I'm going to be making a card using this Butterfly Brilliance Bundle. Beautiful bundle. This comes as one full stamp, and then we have a die cut that cuts all the butterflies out, all from that stamped image. And then we have images of butterflies that are more detailed. This, like I say, you buy it together, you save 10% as a bundle. So I'm actually doing a card that I was inspired by my own card sketch that I had done, and this is the card that we're doing. I had originally done this card and I had embossed the background here, but I came up with a different way that I want to show you how I'm going to do this. So let's get started on that card. So I have some Bermuda Bay, and it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. All my measurements will be on a link to my blog below. I fold into the mountain, and then we're just going to take my bone folder and score this. Then I have some mint macaron. And on this mint macaron, it is at 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I'm going to come in with my silicone mat, because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to give myself a bit of a different background. I've already layered one of these on here. So what I've done is I've gone and I've cut out all these different detailed butterflies, and I've put them onto an adhesive sheet. This is going to make this sort of thing so much easier to do, and you'll see what the effect is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this one here, and I'm not minding that I'm off the page because I'm actually going to go in and I'm going to trim that as well. So again, I'm coming in, just taking these off. I'm taking this backing off. Now this backing, like I say, is the adhesive sheets that I've just gone ahead and layered cardstock on and then cut it out. This gives me the glued backing that I don't have to worry about fussing with the liquid glue to put these on. So it's just a bit of fussing to get those pieces off. So I'm just going to put them on, like I say, randomly. And we'll take this one off as well. This one looks like it's going to come off all by itself. But like I say, there are a few pieces here, so we're just going to rub those out with the Take Your Pick tool. We want to make sure that all those extra pieces are off of there. And it does tend to stick a little bit, and that's only because I've used the adhesive sheets. Right. It's going to go there. But see, this is going to give us a totally different look on the background of it. So hopefully these two of these are going to be enough here. I want to take that out because of the antennae. And then let's just take that backing off as well. Sometimes we're lucky and all the pieces come off, but not today. But as you can see, it's not really a big issue with getting these off. Just a tiny bit. You don't want those extra pieces in there. Okay. And this is going to go like, let's see. You want to make sure that those are good and rubbed down. So let's go there. Put that there. And I have one more piece here as well. Or one more butterfly here as well. Actually, probably easier now that I'm doing the last one. I find a better way of doing it. So I'm just taking some of those pieces off ahead of time. Just going to go take that backing off. And then there's a bit of backing here as well. Looks like it's all off of there. And then this is just going to go here. And let me just take a bit of this off. And I'm going to use my bigger scissors here. I'm just going to trim those off. like so. And because that's off, I can actually go and put that there. And we're going to trim this. Trim these off as well. I'm going to put this one on down at the bottom. There we go. And see how that's given us a background image. There we go. I'll just take that off of there. And I just want to rub this and make sure that I've got it on there and it's not going to come off. And that actually gives a better look than I think the embossed look that's there. So I'm actually going to come over with my bone folder and I'm going to make sure that that's good and press down. There we go. And then double check again on the edges. And a little bit off here. And there we have it. All right. So now this piece is going to go on here. Oops. They want that off close to that, so. Now I could have gone in with a trimmer as well, but I find the trimmer catches these little edges there. So let's go ahead and glue that down. I'm using my liquid glue. Just look at that. Because it allows me to get even with me doing it online. Gives me that wiggle room that I can play around with. All right, so let's go and put that onto our card base. These are colors that are actually in the cardstock or in the designer series paper. Anybody that knows me is that I will take some designer series paper and I always turn around and I'll check out the colors that are in it and make sure that I can use the same colors out of there. Now I have another piece of Bermuda Bay and it's going to go right along here. And you know what? That should actually be just a bit longer. So I'm going to cut another piece of Bermuda Bay. And we're going to cut it 1 1/4 and by 5 1/4. I'll just quickly cut that. Or 1 3/4. There we go. So it's going to be 1 3/4 and that should take me right to the edge, which it does. Okay, so then I decided that I'm also going to use this ribbon. And this ribbon is like a mint macaron type ribbon. It's actually just jade, I think. But it goes great with this card. So I'm going to come in and I want to do a faux bow on this. So I'm going to use some tear and tape. So I always use the tear and tape to put my ribbon on. I find it makes it way more secure for me. So I'm just going to put that on each end. Take that off. And this one as well. And then I've got to figure out which is the right side. And then we're just going to put this along the center of this piece of cardstock. And then we'll go ahead and cut that part off. And again, I always say to secure your ribbon again. Nothing I don't like to see. I just don't like seeing ribbon coming loose on a card. And then this way it keeps it from coming loose. Because you're not going to get that off without tearing a bunch of stuff there. So, all right. And then I'm just going to put just a tiny bit of glue on the inside so that we make sure that we've got that. And it's going to stick on here. I think, you know what, I'm going to add a bit more glue just because it's going onto this level here. All right, so we're going to put that in the middle. I will show you also a cardstock, the card sketch that I did with this card. I'll show it on my blog, and the link, like I say, will be down below on my blog. All right, So this is the designer series paper. So we're just going to put some of that like so. And we're going to put that right onto the card base itself. This, you can get the whole suite of the butterfly bouquet. You can get for one full price, or you can buy them all separately. One note is that the designer series paper is only available until the annual catalog goes live. After that, this paper will not be available for anybody. Okay, so I've got that there. Now I've got a piece, I've cut one of the large ovals out of here and out of the stitched ovals, and I'm going to use a sentiment that's from the Garden Wishes and wishing you the best. So I'm just going to go in there and I'm going to grab that stamp, and then I'm going to stamp that with Pool Party. It's pretty light. Yes, we're going to do it with Pool Party. And then I'm going to come in with my Bermuda Bay. And I'm just hoping that that isn't. And I'm going to color this wishing with Bermuda Bay. And I'm using the side of it. And that's the beauty of actually using these markers, is that you can put. Now, I'm going to make sure, you know what, I'm not sure if that's going to show up, so I think I'm going to go back in with my Pool Party marker and make sure that I've got that good and inked up. So I didn't really need to stamp it into the Pool Party. And then what we want to do is we want to go in and we want to huff on this. I don't want any. And then I'm just going to put this sentiment right here. You can't really see it, but they are two different colors. Okay, so I'm going to actually go and put that on with dimensionals. I'm going to kind of let that dry because it is a little moister than without. And now I've gone and I've stamped this particular image. I did it all together, and then I turned around and I cut out the specialty ones. So now I'm just going to come in and I am going to use light Bermuda Bay. I'm going to use some of the dark Just Jade, and I'm going to use some of the light Just Jade. And I think we might even use a mint macaron. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to turn out, but I want to color it in such a way. And I think what I'll do is I'll come and I'm going to mark where it's dark. And this is, like I say, these butterflies. I was shocked when I went online to see the colors of butterflies and how different of a butterfly there are. There's some beautiful ones. I never would have thought of a turquoise and a black butterfly either, but there's black and turquoise butterflies. They're beautiful nature, that's for sure. So let's go on with the mint macaron, and I'm going to kind of give it that color over top. And then I'll go in and I'll blend with another color. I think the jade is what I'll blend with. Normally I lay down my color first and then put on my darker colors. And then we're gonna go in with some of this Just Jade and just blend that a little bit more. And that jade just sort of brings those colors all together. But the light mint macaron kind of gives it that base and that saturation that you need when you're coloring with the blends. So there we go. So let me just go in here and just put a bit more there. All right, so there's one butterfly. Then I went and I took, there's also some small butterflies that are here, and there's another small one as well. Not sure exactly where that went to, but oh, there we go. And I've cut out some from some other designer series paper. So I've cut out, let's see, there's this one and this one. We'll see which ones match. But I just went and I took some different colors. Now I'm going to put this down. Now, I think I can get away with using my Tombow glue. I'm going to put it down where it's dark. I'm going to let that just dry a little bit. And I'm going to put that onto this part here. And I think it'll work out just fine once it's dry. And then we do it that way. All right. So I have my words and my stuff there, and then we're going to put this on with dimensionals. And I'll come in with my take your pick tool. Let's take those backings off. And this is the piece that's going to actually give us way more dimension. So we're going to put that on there. I'm going to actually also come in with my Wink of Stella, and I'm going to put some Wink of Stella onto, whoops, I should have let that dry a little bit. I'm going to let that dry. It's not quite dry yet, but I'm also going to put some Wink of Stella also onto these butterflies. And see, by just cutting it out of designer series paper, it's given me a different looking butterfly as well. And I can go ahead and I can put that on with a glue dot. So I just go ahead, we'll attach this, the glue dot there, and then I'll just take this one and attach it with the glue dot. There we go. And we're going to just bend that up a little bit. So we'll have one go up there. And then I think we'll have one go down here. And while I'm still waiting for that to dry, I'm going to go in with my ribbon again, and we're going to do a faux bow off on this side over here. So a faux bow just means that we're just tying a knot, and then we're just going to, kind of looks like a bow, but hence the reason faux, right? All right. Very important hint is make sure that you tie that very tight and it won't come apart. So we'll just do that. And the beauty of these faux bows is I could move this over a little bit. And then we're going to put this, we're going to put it on with dimensionals. But I want to put that Wink of Stella on there. Okay, I think I should be able to do that now. I should have probably done it before. But I'm just holding this like this, and we're just putting some Wink of Stella on there. And I don't mind if the Wink of Stella goes on to the bottom layer as well. I think in my original card I had actually colored this, but it made no difference to what you did. So, and it's hard to see this, but in person, trust me, it's very sparkly. So let's go and put our dimensionals right here. I'm just going to pull these off. I want this up, and then we're going to put this butterfly right there. All right, now we're almost done. So now I do want to put some embellishment on there. So I thought the best way, and I just gotta tip this up. I think the best way that what I can do is I could put on these frosted gems. I think they're just so appropriate to put on there. And I'm actually going to put the opaque ones on there. So let's just go in and grab those. And take your pick tool. Let's put some right there. Put one right about there. Then we can put another one right there. That's giving us our triangle. All right, so I hope you like that. It's such a pretty card. I love these colors. See, this is giving you a bit of a different kind of a background on the card, just adding a bit more dimension to the card as well. So if you like that, give me the thumbs up. If you have any questions, ask away. I do go to my blog, to my YouTube channel regularly. And or leave a comment. Make sure you are subscribed. That way you do get notified every time that I upload a new video. And if you do live in Canada and do not have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. This is my host code. This does change regularly. So if you do purchase online, I have a tutorial for you, and I also have a very generous host reward program. Just go check that out on my blog as well. So have a great day, and remember to create. It's great for the soul. Bye for now.